the guild hates you right now.
Wait, why?
Because you're doing a raid at 5 p.m.
What's wrong with 5 p.m.?
Well, half the guild's going to not be able to make it.
Wait, no.
Yeah, no, and you're committed to it. It's locked in.
Wait, but what if I need them?
Tough shit. They're not going.
Oh.
Now,
Should we do it earlier?
No, Lacari. You said 8 p.m. I got you down to 5. So this is already your compromise. Now, this was a very strong representation of selfishness and stupidity.
Oh, you. Dude, I was thinking about the, the NAers who have work. I was actually being very aware of, it's a weekday raid.
So you're excluding half the guild, and your argument is you were being inclusive.
Yeah.
That's the polar opposite of what you have done.
We don't you. This is a raid anyways.
There you go.
Viewers. We're proof NA is the best. I'm gonna avenge Talk.
Okay.
You killed him in cold blood. I know what you did, Sodapoppin. You set him up. It was your little scheme to get your little leadership back. Now that he's dead, you feel like you're the big man in charge now. Well, I have you know I'm coming for you, buddy. Your days are numbered, and the guild will be mine.
Lacari, you have done 0 prep. You have 0 idea what's going on. Okay, in the pack of 4, when there's 2 rock ellies and 2 fire ellies, which do you kill first?
The fire elementals.
Okay, but which one of those 2? And why?
Wait, what do you mean? Well, the fire elementals explode in fire, so they're dangerous.
No,
and then you vanish.
No, give me the specifics. Why do you kill? There are 2 fire elementals. Why do you kill one of those fire elementals first? They do different things.
Wait, they do different things?
Yes, they're not the same. They are the same model, but they are different mobs, and they have different mechanics.
Wait, I thought they were the same.
No, they're not.
Fine. Listen, I don't know why we single target those packs anyways. Just gonna listen. My raid, I'm gonna
stop.
What we're gonna do.
Stop. Whatever you're gonna say, if you're gonna talk about AoEing them, stop.
We're gonna, dude. Listen, I'm gonna have a full ranged raid. I'm gonna have as little melee as possible, and I have I'm gonna have 12 mages, 12 hunters.
Do you understand?
We're gonna AoE.
Okay.
Everything.
Lacari, do you know what those mobs do?
They do fire.
There's more than just damage going out, Lacari. Do you know why the tanks are pre-fapping on those pulls?
Ooh, they must stun or something.
They have an AoE stun. Everyone around them gets stunned for 5 seconds. Everyone.
Oh. Wait, are faps expensive?
No, they're not.
Okay.
You could have the entire raid fap and do that, but that's exceedingly dumb of a risk when you can just banish 2 of them and single target them down.
Okay. Wait, so why do you educate me? Why do you kill the fire ones first?
Because the ones that killed Fandy, you know how Fandy died?
Yeah. She exploded in fire.
No. Okay, one of those fire elementals they'll target 6 different people and do basically a mage fire blast. Okay?
Okay.
2 of those, I don't know if it's possible, but I know for sure, which happened to Fandy, it hit Fandy twice. So boom, boom, and one-shot her. That can happen regularly. In fact, it pretty much will happen at least 2 or 3 times every MC. So that is why all clothies and everyone with low health pools have to have a GFPP running. And then you want to kill them first to, minimize how many times they do it. So if you have a GFPP up, even if you have a low health pool, you should survive 2 fire blasts.
Okay.
And then the other fire guy just puts fire on the ground. It's not the biggest deal in the world when he dies.
What's the name of the one that does the fire Fandy killer explosion?
I want to say it's the Firewalker.
Okay, and then the other one is, what's his name?
I don't know what his name is. I just know the Firewalker kills first, and the second one, I don't know the name. Let me see.
Okay, so it's just Firewalker. Fire Lord.
Fire Lord, sure. I mean, point is, Lacari, you need to actually study, and you only have 2 days. I mean, and the thing, I would hope that people in the guild are also going to study and at least know why they do what they do. Sure, mages don't need to know why the warriors are going to have to prefab on pool, but the mages should know, oh, I polymorph here because, oh, I decurse here because, like, you should know why you do on your class what you do. The warlocks, I banish here, but the warlocks don't need to know about the decursing. That's not their job. You, as a raid leader, you need to know everything. Why everyone does everything.
Give me another question.
Okay. What's the kill order on Major Domo?
Kill order on Major Domo. That's the one that has the
second to last
priests
boss.
And the yeah, yes, like the priests and the warriors and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to sheep all of the casters.
Yep.
And you want to kill warrior, then caster.
Wrong.
Wait. Oh wait, no. Sorry, you kill caster first.
Wrong.
Wait, no. Wait, no. Yeah, you kill warrior and then you kill warrior, then caster.
So far, correct. Yeah.
Warrior, caster, and then
go ahead. Look at your chat.
There's 2 warriors left.
There would be 2 warriors left, and there would be 2 casters left. Yeah.
2 casters left, and then you want to kill the last 2 casters, and then the last 2 warriors.
Easy way to remember that, Lacari, is 2-4-2. 2 casters, 2 melee, 4 casters, and then 2 melee. Why do you do it this way? You can know that, but you should understand why you do it this way. Do you know?
Why do you do it that way?
Okay. When 4 mobs die, the other 4 will enrage. You do not want to deal with 4 casters, because I'm pretty sure they do AoE. 4 enraged AoE mages. Granted, you can kill all 4 of the big elites, right, and leave the 4 casters CC'd. If you do that, leaving 4 caster enraged elites is a risk. Okay. You want to kill 2 of the melee and then 2 of the casters, okay? And then all the polymorphs will break. Now you kill 2 casters and then you kill the 2 melee last.
Okay.
So 2-4-2. And you're going to have to coordinate, which tank is tanking what. And then you also need to coordinate when the polymorphs break, which they will, which tank is picking up which. You need to have this written out in a Google Doc that you should be able to link to the entire guild so they can see their assignments. I'm hoping you go for a sub 2-hour run. That's not asking a lot. So far,
I'm going to do a sub hour.
Sub 2 hours.
I'm going to do sub hour.
No, you're not. 2 hours. 2 hours is a decent pace. It also depends. If we need to douse again, you might not need to. I mean, there's other bosses you gotta understand. Some bosses are just such a joke. Like the first boss. What should you worry about on the first boss? It's a huge... And
don't AoE.
Yeah, that's the big one. Yes,
decurse,
dispel, do not AoE. That's it.
Kill ads, GG.
Second boss, Magmadar.
Second boss is the giant core hound that enrages, right?
Mm-hmm.
You give a hunter trank shot, it's a tank and spank. Yeah. I think he fears too or some shit.
He has a fear. So just put your totems. But it shouldn't be anything that's gonna wipe the raid. The one thing is first boss, don't AoE. Quinn died because Mizkiff didn't highlight it enough.
My raid will have 0 deaths.
Okay. Third boss.
Ooh, actually have 0. Is that another salamander thing?
Yeah, he's a salamander thing, yeah. Another easy boss. He has 2 ads.
I think you just AoE that boss and then single target kill it.
He's really easy. You actually just decurse. What do you decurse?
Oh, it's another decurse. Is it the one that does the explosion or whatever if you don't decurse it or whatever?
No.
I forget that. I forget that boss.
Okay, Gehinus says curse that reduces healing by 75%. Who should you prioritize dispelling?
Oh, melee and tanks, obviously.
There you go. That's like the understanding. Sure, you can know to decurse, but why are you decursing? That's understanding, right? It's a simple mechanic. The boss is a joke, but yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just gonna AoE everything. I'm
No,
gonna
you're
have 12
not.
mages.
No, you're not, Lacari.
Why not? AoE is fun. It's my raid. I get to do what I want. If I want 12 mages AoEing everything, I have 12 mages AoEing everything, pussy. And you're gonna main tank.
I'm gonna make sure Grubby gets first pick. He's picking me for his raid. I'm not going to that. No way in hell. Lacari,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
you do. I'm telling you, you can bring 12 mages. Like that's great. That's fine. They do good damage. They actually do. But if you AoE big pulls, like if you try an AoE major Domo, everyone dies. It's that simple.
No,
everyone dies.
That's not true. I saw the speed run, the 15-minute MC speed run. They AoE'd fucking everything, bro.
All right, let's go to the 15-minute speed run. Let's see what you're talking about here. 15-minute Molten core speed run.
Hey, AoE'd everything. Just skip like into the random part.
All right. So looking here.
Look at that shit.
I am looking at AQ20 or AQ40 gear. Oh, I'm looking at a Nax Ramus trinket. They're in Nax gear, Lacari. They also have no mages. They're all warriors. They have one mage in the raid.
Details, smeetails, bro. How good can Nax gear even be, bro?
They're also okay. Here's Gehinus.
Look at them, just AoE that shit down. Look at that. Boom, boom. AoE. They pull everything. AoE it.
Look at their health. They're all okay. The boss died instantly. They're literally pulling trash during Gehinus. You're right. Nax gear, all warriors. That warrior dropped to 10%.
This is gonna be my raid, bro.
They don't have they have two decursors in the raid. Two. Yeah, you understand this is not reality, right?
I understand that, you know, MC is easy as and we're gonna AoE that shit down because mage is OP as and it's gonna be free.
Why do they only
Listen,
have one
these
mage?
guys can do it. Why can't we?
Look at the fucking debuffs. It's all deep wounds. It's actually 35 warriors. One rogue.
This shit was kind of insane to watch.
I mean, it's warriors, man. Let's see how they handle Gar with a core hound. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't give a.
They also have ZG buff. They have DM buffs. They have, oh my god, they have a Dark Moon Fair buff.
You Gar, let me get away with the ads.
Yeah, they actually are just single targeting Gar. They do not care. And every one of the warriors is just tanking.
Don't whirlwind and shit.
Because it just doesn't matter. They're in Nax here. This guy that's DPSing has more health than me.
Don't nuke the low one.
Spread the
Yeah.
damage.
How much HP do you have?
Okay, unbuffed. Well, let me close some stuff. Unbuffed, 4,700.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, my health is not the highest in the world. But I have really good threat, which is nice and ideal. These guys have world buffs. So if I had world buffs, I'd probably have a little more than like 8K. But yeah, these guys are DPSing.
Okay, ask me another question. Listen.
Another question? Okay. Tell me the 3 most important mechanics on Baron Geddon.
The AoE thing that explodes and melee have to run out.
Yeah,
the bomb.
That's 2.
It's like a man. There's actually a couple of things. There's a mana burn.
That's the 3rd. That's it. Yeah. Those are all 3 mechanics that are most important.
Well, there's also Armageddon at 5%. You know about that? If you don't kill the boss
He
in
dies.
10 seconds or something.
He dies. I wouldn't worry about that.
Even if they're... So you don't... I heard T1 saved the raid, didn't he? Because he did the mechanic
apparently it's at 2%. No, Armageddon is
2%.
completely... doesn't matter. People only know about the mechanic now because in SOD, they redid MC and they changed the way Armageddon worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, T1 did not save the raid. No.
Oh, all right. Well,
Armageddon is not a thing. So those are 3 mechanics on Baron. Next, Shaz. How do you want to deal with Shaz?
Shaz, what the Is that
Shaz is the
the
boss
one with the
after
arc
Baron.
explosion?
Yes. There are multiple ways to deal with Shaz. How are you going to deal with it?
Multiple ways?
Hmm?
I think that's a decurse fight, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but it's also so there's different ways to go about Shaz. Okay, Shaz is a very
Okay.
low health pool boss. Okay,
Yeah.
um,
AoE!
waiting.
AoE?
No, he's one mob. What do you mean AOE?
Oh.
He's
What?
very,
Am I thinking the wrong one? I thought he had ads.
no, he does not. Shaz has no ads. There's different ways to deal with Shaz. What Shaz does is he will teleport to a random person and drop threat. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So when he teleports, he could sometimes teleport in the healers or in the casters and start AoEing. You want to tank him and, pull him away from them.
Oh, shit.
So what I did is I had 3 groups. When he teleported to one of those groups, there would be a tank in that group. He would taunt the boss because he's tauntable and just pull him back to the middle. You form a triangle around this center area, so you just pull him back. That is the noob, extremely safe strategy. How most people deal with Shaz now, even in hardcore, is they just zug the living out of him.
Okay.
he has low
so
health. You can, but you have to have enough warriors and good DPS. And everyone needs a greater arcane protection potion. You basically go in, arcane protection potion, and just zug. And then as soon as your potion is like AoE'd off, pop another one.
That's the zug one.
But I don't trust our guild's DPS. That's why I do it with my strat. You don't have to do 3 groups. 2 groups is enough. Point is, you bring them you have someone taunt him and bring him out, and you just try to not send in too many melee. I mean, you can, but just keep in mind. Depends on your group. Shaz is very easy. But it can go badly, because he puts up a curse that makes you take 100% bonus magic damage. So if he AoEs people and all of those curses are there, very bad. You need to decurse those off melee. Yeah, very bad. He also has a buff that he puts on himself that reduces damage he takes by 50%, or magic damage taken. So you have to offensively dispel that every 10 seconds, I think. So there's little things like that. You should know. You need to understand these things as the raid leader. Next boss. Golmag. One with 2 dogs.
Golmag. Oh, Golmag.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's easy. You just one tank for each ad, and you tank the ad you tank them all separately. I don't know why, but you do that, and it's a tank and spin.
You should know why. Do you know why?
Maybe they cleave or something.
No, more than that.
Maybe they get buffed next to each other. I don't know.
They do. They get buffed, and I think they get healed a ton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do not want them near each other.
Yeah, that one's super easy.
Yeah, they enrage is the word. It is easy. Just tank the dogs away and then kill the boss. Also, don't stand in fire. Pretty sure fire goes out. All right, Sulfur and Harbinger. This is a guy with 4 ads in himself.
AoE. Butt kick.
Yes.
So
Actually, yes. Okay. Let me think of another. Ragnaros.
Ragnaros is easy, dude. So in Ragnaros, oh man, I can explain these fights so fast. Ragnaros, the range need to stack in groups of 2,
Why?
like around 8. I don't know why. You
should know
fucking
why.
do it, pussy.
No, as a raid leader, you need to know because someone asked a question.
He does an AoE. He does an AoE fire explosion at the range, and if they're all stacked, it would hit everyone, right?
Yes. What is the range which you need to be spread?
It's I think it's 18 to 25-ish. I want to say it's 20.
What
20?
are you are on crack? 20 yards?
Yeah. Is that too far?
Okay, it might actually be 20 yards. What's the word? What is it from left all the way to right? Sure, like the full circle. But what is the range at which each stack needs to be spread from each other? If the full explosion is 20 yards left to right, how far away do you need to be, stack-wise?
20 yards. 10?
Yep. You'd only need to be 10. What is the word again? When it's like the half of the circle? The radius?
I don't know the word, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't been to math in a long time. The radius is half, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
Dude, I can explain these fights so fast, though. Yeah. So
Literally-
range are gonna stack into 10 yards away from each other. The boss will do Wrath of Ragnaros. I'll call it out when it does. Melee, when Wrath of Ragnaros happens, you need to get away from the boss. And then
How
we
does-
just DPS boss range.
How does Wrath of Ragnaros work? Like, how will you know Wrath of Ragnaros is going out?
Because deadly boss mods will tell me.
Okay, you're right. It will. But there's a weird gimmick to it that I didn't understand when I was doing it. I learned literally while I was raid leading. It won't tell you. It won't tell you exactly when it's going off. It'll only tell you when it's off cooldown for Ragnaros.
Oh.
So DBM will say Wrath of Ragnaros is off cooldown in 3, 2, 1, and then you'll see this big gray area on the bar, and all that is basically telling you, hey, Ragnaros can do it. He can cast it. So yeah, what do you do?
Be ready for Wrath of Ragnaros. I'll let you know.
And
then when it happens?
you tell them to get out, and you don't tell them to go back in until he actually uses it. I recommend you actually coordinate someone else in the melee group to do this, not you. You delegate someone to do it. Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
Unfortunately, like, because you're a mage, you're not really going to get a clear view. You should also delegate the warriors, the tanks, to coordinate their taunts, because you're not there, so you can't properly. You do need to delegate some people to handle stuff that you cannot. In this case, delegate melee. Sure, if Mary's DPSing, yeah. Will she do a good job? Absolutely not.
I believe in Mary.
No, I don't.
Okay.
But you can do that. So.
Oh, also, melee needs to be very careful with their DPS on that boss.
You need to watch threat.
Yeah.
Now,
range, don't care.
Range does not need to watch threat on Rag. You're right.
Yeah.
So, what is something that can happen that's scary that the boss does to the tank?
For Ragnaros?
Mm-hmm.
He does something to the tank. Oh, I think that the tank will lose threat. You need 2 tanks for that.
You do. The tank doesn't necessarily lose threat. The main tank will get knocked back. When that happens, the second tank needs to be second on threat. Or I guess he can also taunt, but the main tank should coordinate to the off tank to taunt. Well, the main tank now has to basically walk all the way back. Now, these 2 tanks I don't think should be stacked on top of each other. Now, I'm going to give you a real... This is a tougher question. What should you do versus Ragnaros as an enhancement shaman?
Enhancement shaman is the one that's melee, right?
Yep, it's a melee shaman.
Do we have an enhancement shaman in the raid?
We have enhancement shamans. We absolutely do.
Maybe they just AFK?
No. You have my stream open, Lacari?
I can open it. Why are you drawing a...
All right, you see this?
What is that?
This is Ragnaros.
Oh, that's Ragnaros.
All right.
I just realized.
So here's what I'm going to do. Here's your melee DPS right here. Okay? Melee DPS there. You're going to want to have a tank. Okay, ignore the weird lines. You want a tank here. Okay? So this is the bread and butter. I'm pretty sure you want to have an off tank like here, somewhat off to the side, so that when this tank goes flying away, this tank steps up, right?
Yeah.
Simple?
Yeah. Simple.
Okay. So enhancement shamans, why they're difficult. They have mana. So you know how fireballs get sent to all the people and why you're spread in stacks of 2?
Oh, it sends it not because they're ranged, but because they're mana.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
shamans are mana. Wait, so what happens with paladins? Because paladins are melee, they have mana.
Rep paladins also have to do what enhancement shamans do, but also
Yeah.
only paladins, they're healers. So if this blue is an enhancement shaman, imagine if this blue or this shaman takes a fireball and all the melee get fucked.
Yeah, they get knocked back into like lava and
So
shit.
when you have an enhancement shaman, you now have to do a special strat just for them. Enhancement shamans have to go over here. They are in their own special little spot. Feral druids.
I didn't even know that.
Well, now you need to understand, right? So you're like, oh, mages get fireballed, but now you understand it's because you have mana. You need to understand.
Know that.
Feral druids are the same. Feral druids are the same thing as enhancement, except feral druids, when they shift into cat form, they now are interacted like a rogue when they're in bear form. So if a druid is power shifting, they're out of form for a 1 millisecond. Yes, during that millisecond, they could get fireballed. But if druids have shape-shifting macros, they shouldn't have to worry about this. Or as long as they shift out and back into cat extremely fast, Ragnaros will not register them as mana users. In which case, then they can stack over here with these guys. No problemo.
Okay.
But enhancement shamans and rep paladins, assuming we had them, yeah, that's their zone. They have to be on the side. Tanks here, DPS here, griefers over here.
Yeah.
So that's Ragnaros.
Okay, so it's like a 3 points, like west, north, east.
I mean, I was watching. Who was I watching the other day? Might have been Ozzy, or was it Mare? I don't know if it's our raid or Ozzy's. But yeah, someone brought up the feral druids have mana. Oh my god, but they didn't understand why ferals had to potentially go over here. They didn't understand it. They just knew, oh, they have mana like shamans. I think they have to go. No, you didn't understand. So you're gonna get that question, I guarantee you. Someone's gonna ask where they stand. My chat's telling me because I'm feral, I need to go somewhere else. You need to tell the chat to f off and explain why the ferals don't, as long as they power shift decently. You hear that?
Yeah, being a raid leader is, you have to understand every class.
Well,
really.
Well, yeah, but not only that, you have to deal with Twitch chat.
Fuck Twitch chat.
No one understands MC. I only recently started to understand it. I didn't fucking know. I ran my own pugs, but I don't know. I don't understand anything. I just know I decurse here. What am I decursing? I have no fucking idea. And Twitch chat's going to be the same. They don't understand. So you need to be confident and you need to know things.
Wait, so for Gnar, what?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just thought, for Gnar, why didn't you kill the boss first? Is that something you do, or do you not normally do that?
So
you do it however you want.
You can do it however you want, but I will say the way we did Gar with Miz, I think Miz just wanted to be special. Like Parla messaged me. Parla's very good. And he messaged me. He's like, dude, if we're killing Gar first, you might need to be really scared. Because I think Gar enrages. I don't understand. I do not understand Gar because I've never done Gar that way. I think he can enrage if you kill him first. Maybe that was a side thing, but I was horrified. Gar dispels buffs too. So a lot of like speedrunning guilds like to kill Gar first. That way there's less buffs that get dispelled, world buffs.
So you can kill it in however order you want.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I was just wondering because people seem to be freaking out about it, and I was like, why?
So I don't know. Does he cannot dispel world buffs now? I think he still can dispel Songflower. He can dispel some stuff. Maybe not War Chief's Blessing and Rend, but yeah.
Honestly,
no, he can't. He doesn't dispel anything. Oh, well, there you go.
I'm not really worried about MC. Honestly,
like, you shouldn't be. I'm telling you, if you understand things, it is a joke. The only frustration is like Major Domo coordinating and like, hey, mages, these are your assignments. You should have it written down, by the way, because I guarantee you, if you just sit there and say, Nathan, you're polying triangle, I'm on diamond, and then someone in chat or someone in the team is going to be like, wait, who am I polying again? You're not going to remember what you assigned. You're going to have to go back. You're going to reassign it. Someone's like, wait, I was diamond. And now you just got to redo the whole thing. So you need to have this written down somewhere.
Okay. That makes sense.
Major Domo, assign shit. Ragnaros, you should have assignments there. You should have healer assignments. And you should also describe what a healer assignment means. Healing assignment does not mean only heal that person. That is not what a
It
healing
means
assignment is.
prioritize that person, right?
Exactly. Yes. If there's everyone full HP, you should be pre-casting a big heal on that person. And prioritize the tank if they're low. Yes. But don't only heal that person. You have to clarify that with our raid because they're f***ing dumb.
Well, I didn't even think about having to clarify that. All right.
Yeah, so you should clarify that. And you need to make sure you highlight not to, AoE on the first boss, things like that. And you will be fine. Go study and go understand things.
Okay. I'll go study.
You
Wait,
also-
who's me on Onyxia?
Okay, Onyxia. All right, describe to me phase 1 like a... Or,
Phase 1 is just a tank.
tell me the differences between phase 1 and phase 3.
Phase 1 is just a tank and spank. You tank it in the north spot. You just have to make sure everyone's facing or not like in front or behind the boss. So like on the sides. It's very easy actually. Phase 1.
And phase 3, what are the differences?
And phase 3, he falls down, and then whoever's highest threat, he just attacks that, and also fears, and then the cracks will spew fire and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's actually the only difference is it's the threat issue, but also the fear and the cracks doing fire. Yeah, that's about it. So what are you gonna? How do you want to handle phase 3?
Shamans drop tremor totems.
Okay.
And
what are some ways
whoever
you can try and get?
gets,
What are some ways you can try and get the warriors to get threat? Since the boss is untauntable.
Oh, they should. I just remembered they should save their cooldowns.
They
warriors have like insane cooldowns, right? They can pop. What is it?
I would
Wreck?
save 2 or 3 warriors, no more than that, to save Wreck and Death Wish.
Yeah. So they can get threat back.
So last Onyxia, I did that, but I got fireballed at the end of phase 2. Do you know why that's bad?
Because it drops your threat to 0.
Does. It dropped my threat all the way to 0. So even though I popped Wreck and Death Wish on phase 3, I was not going to climb back up. It was. So that's why I should have maybe 2 or 3 warriors that do it.
Okay.
But everyone else, what do you do on phase 2?
Okay, so phase 2, she's flying in the air. We want to be mindful of like her breath. I don't think I've seen her do that.
No.
Like where she like.
Why haven't we
breathes.
seen her? Why haven't we seen that yet, Lacari?
I think we just do too much damage.
Exactly. We do.
We skip the mechanic.
We are.
But,
as soon as she enters phase 2, what are we doing?
We're just dropping damage on her with range, and then in melees get the whelps.
You're missing a lot. You're not
Yeah,
saying you're not saying what I want you to say. She is now entering phase 2. She's walking towards the back of the room to fly up. What are we doing?
I'm spamming Frostbolt, bro. I don't know.
You are popping every cooldown you have. That would mean you would pop Icy Veins at that point. Are you using it at the beginning or are you using it then?
Wait, Icy Veins? What the f is that?
Gives you are you playing Fire or Frost?
I'm playing Frost.
Do you not have Icy Veins?
What the hell is that?
Oh my god, that's a TBC thing. Why did I think you had that in Classic?
You're
God, I
scaring
suck.
me.
Do you have any cooldowns as a Frost Mage?
Not on Onyxia is scary, so I don't go Arcane Frost. But if it was Arcane Frost, I'd have
Okay,
bomb
so you
and
literally just have
Arcane
Frostbolt.
Power. Yeah, it's just Frostbolt, and then I have
Don't
Ice
even-
Block.
Don't even have a cooldown.
And I swear, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, when we enter phase 2, you actually everyone blows every cooldown they have. Rapid fire. You pop any DPS trinkets you have. Blade flurry, adrenaline rush, recklessness, death wish, everything. So you want to try and take her from 70% to 40% as soon as you can, so we can skip phase 2.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but you should have
Damn,
2 or
warriors
3
are
warriors that don't use their cooldowns so that they can pop those when she lands and try and rip threat.
Damn, if I want to do what I want, if I want to do like the raid I want to do where like everything's ranged, it's gonna be really hard. Because warriors sound like really broken, actually.
Yes, they are. They actually break the game, Lacari. They break the game.
Yeah, it might actually be impossible.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like
If you have
I want to do all ranged
okay.
because it would be funny, but
Lacari, if you have all ranged, then you have insane DPS while she's flying in the air, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
was thinking.
so you can do that. You just won't zug her through phase 2. Like, she will take off and she will fly around a little bit, but you'll have a ton of range. You can do that.
Then how would MC go? Would MC still be fun?
Yeah, should be fine.
Oh, okay. So you're not freaking out about the full
No.
range comp.
No, not at all. Now your DPS will simply just be lower. Casters and like ranged people are more prone to dying in general because they're low health pools. You also do need enough warriors to tank like Gar. So, I mean, if you have 8 warlocks, you can have 1 warrior. Because you just banish every single one of the ads, right? But
that would be funny as.
But you need at least 5 tanks for Major Domo. And they don't have to be tanks. They just have to be warriors with a shield.
Okay.
So you need 5 warriors, minimum. Druids work too, feral druids. They can all tank just fine.
I'm going to do 8 warlocks and Mary Maybe. Mary Maybe will be the only tank.
Okay, I will not be in that raid.
I'm kidding, bro.
So you got to also generate a certain amount of threat. I am horrible at tanking. I'm learning a ton though. But with that being said, Mary is fucked. I have 0 faith in Mary. Now she can do her best, but I would never have her main tank a threat like boss.
Yeah, I'll probably have like 2 rogues, just so like if the rogue gear drops, they can have it. And I'll probably have like 2 DPS warriors or something.
Sure.
So I'd probably have like 10 melee total. And then everyone else is ranged.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. You need 4 mages. You need at least 3 warlocks. And then the rest just get damage and get every single buff, and you're good. And 4 or 5 warriors. Or druids. Feral druids and warriors you need 4 or 5 of them. And then aside from that, 10 healers. No less than that, I'd say. And yeah, you're good. You don't need shamans. You want Wind Furies, but if you don't have a lot of melee, then you don't need a lot of Wind Furies. But you would want Tremor Totem. So let me go through this. At what point are you going to dish out loot?
Can we just do it after each boss?
You can. Sure. Who's going to be master looting everything?
Oh, I don't know.
So you have to loot every single thing, and then the lava cores and fiery cores are very important, not to mention the tier 1 gear can drop. Who's going to be the one making sure they loot all of this and have bag space?
Oh, God. Can Sardako make it to my raid?
Sardako can do it. Other people could. It's not just Sardako. But you should delegate that. When are you going to boon?
Easy. After or before Onyxia, and then we'll reboon.
Okay.
Then we'll go into MC, and then we won't unboon until we're at the first boss.
Okay. So you want to basically do Onyxia, reboon, go to MC, and clear all of MC before your buffs fall off.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any plans to do rebuffing of Warchief's Blessing or any of that?
Probably. Maybe the halfway point.
Okay, so you want to reboon after Gar and go get Warchief's Blessing.
Yes, because
you should plan all of this. When do you want to get the UBRS buff?
Oh, we have to get ahead, I guess.
No, you have to get the UBRS buff for Ragnaros. Tanks at the very least.
That's what we did. Fire us.
Tanks, especially the tanks, and mainly just the tanks, need to have the UBRS fire resistance buff. You're griefing if the tanks don't have that. It's 83 fire resist.
I mean, I guess we can get that at Rag.
Yeah, so you would want to probably boon before Rag while you talk about all the assignments and everything. And during that, you want your tanks to go get fire resistance.
You have to plan this out.
I mean, you don't have to necessarily plan it out. You got to play a little bit by ear because you don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But remember, your world buffs are always ticking, so it's a little stressful. This is why you should not have to think too much about MC. You know what to do with MC, but the things you got to play by ear are world buffs and UBRS buff.
Well, it definitely doesn't take as long to explain some of these fights as we've been doing. So
you're right, it doesn't. Ideally, the people in your raid know what the hell's actually going on. So you don't have to give them a full-on PowerPoint. Every single boss. This is our 3rd MC run. We are way beyond that.
Yeah.
We should be. So there comes a point where you're going to have to... I bit my tongue during the Mizkif raid. You're going to have to possibly yell at people and tell them, like, it's unacceptable. If they keep asking the same questions. Like, if people say, are we unbooning? You should yell at them and say, I don't know. Why don't you look at the person next to you and see if they unbooned? Instead of wasting, like, audio real estate in a 40-man Discord call. Use your eyes. Look around. So I'm hoping you have the ability to yell at people and tell them to stop being
I used to yell at people all the time when I was guild leading man up.
You should also, again, you should know when the hell the tanks are fapping and not. When should the tanks fap?
Probably on Corehound pulls.
Yep, why?
The Corehounds do like a stun or a disorient, right? Or some shit.
They have a chance to do a stun. Exactly. And you want you probably want one healer to also free action potion. One healer, one tank. And you should also keep a mental note on, like, oh, so Alcors and Soap use their FAP on this Corehound, and there's another Corehound right after. Okay, Miz and Growl both FAP on this.
Wake and Growl. Oh, okay.
And they may not even need it. Like, the Corehound may not do the stun, but it's the fact that it could. What else do you FAP on?
I think the big golem guys, right?
The Destroyers?
Yeah, like the big ass like fire lava. I don't know what they're called. The lava like
Molten Destroyers. There's Molten Giants and there's Molten Destroyers. Why do you FAP on Molten Destroyers?
There's 2 different types. Okay, the Molten Destroyers. I think they also stun.
They do an AoE stun. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but yeah, you should. How do you handle Annihilators? Those are the big rocks that are running around.
Annihilators aren't the ones that knock you back. They're the ones that like do. For some reason, you rotate taunt. I don't know why though.
They randomly drop threat. That's why.
Okay.
So you should just. You don't have to call out. Okay, Mary taunt. Okay, Miz taunt. You just say warriors rotate your taunts. All warriors. They don't even have to be a tank.
Will they know when to taunt?
I mean, as long as if you they should yeah.
Like I don't have to find that. They'll just know.
They should. Like if I was running, it's easier because I'm there also taunting. But you should just tell the warriors to rotate taunts.
Hot quiz. How many full turns did Soda do since the start of Lacari Cole?
How many what?
You've been jumping around in a circle like a jackass, little boy.
Dude, this is all you do in WoW. This is like literally it. I have a space in Stormwind I do this at. I have a space in Dalaran I do this at. This is World of Warcraft.
Oh, I see.
I could go on at tons of different areas. Okay, what else is there? What else do you prefap on? You said Destroyers. You mentioned Corehounds. What else should you FAP on?
I think that's it. I mean, I know you stack for Surgers. Unless there's like a boss you want to do it for.
No, there's 2 very important things that, you know, the tank should be prefapping on. All melee should be prefapping on Gehennas. That's a big one. Yeah. Gar can be decent to prefap on, but not the biggest deal. And then the trash after Baron. All of it. All the packs of 3/4 mobs you should be fapping on because I told you those rock guys can do an AoE stun. You don't want your tanks getting stunned and then they attack someone else.
Wait, what are rock guys? Sorry.
What were you doing? What were you listening to?
I just zoned out for a second. Just like for a split second,
doing what?
You said rock guys. Oh, so you jump around in circles. That's distracting me. I'm sorry. Because someone in chat mentioned it.
Okay. 3, there are pools after Baron. The ones that killed Fandy. The ones that we're very scared of that we banished 2 of them.
The
2
fire,
3
rock,
2
right?
rock guys. Sometimes it's 1, 2. Sometimes it's 2, 1. Sometimes it's 2 and 2. Yeah. You prefap on those.
Okay.
You should have the warriors do that. All right. When do you GFPP? This is something that tilted me off the planet of the Earth that Mary was doing? Why was it bad that Mary maybe was GFPPing constantly?
Did you just run out of GFPPs?
No.
Wait, like constantly? Wait, she was refreshing it constantly?
Why is it bad that Mary was doing it? And then we were having to wait 2 minutes for her stuff to be off cooldown.
Oh, because when you GFPP, it puts all your pots on cooldown.
Sure. But the thing is, why do I not give a fuck about Mary maybe GFPPing as a tank?
Don't tanks have a lot of fire resist?
No. Because the reason you're GFPPing is because healers and casters have very low health pools. Okay? So when you're pulling and the mages and casters can get one shot by that mechanic I told you about, warriors are not going to have that happen to them. And sure, you can GFPP if you want just to absorb some fire damage as a tank, but if you're doing it right before a pull where you have to FAP and now the entire raid has to wait 2 minutes, all the world buffs are ticking down. I want to say, because of situations like that, we probably lost an hour of our world buffs.
Holy shit.
Just because of dumb pre-potting and people not understanding. Sure, like the raid leader says, guys, make sure you GFPP before these pulls. But explain who and why. They should understand. So
I like the buff sticking emote. What is the green one?
that's ZG buff. It's not in the game yet.
Oh, it's cute. I like it.
Yeah, ZG buff is like plus 15% to all stats. It's pretty insane.
Okay,
Also,
so I should literally yell at Mary if she keeps GFPPing.
It's fine if she GFPPs, but if she's gonna do it, she better do it in a way where we don't have to wait on her FAP to be off CD. If she wants to GFPP before a pull where she has to FAP, we all now have to wait 2 minutes. That is not worth it. Mary will not be dying to any fire damage because her GFPP wasn't on. Unless someone else is doing some major other fuck up. No, the healers and the casters and maybe rogues, sure, melee, should all be GFPPing. They should be. The tank should not be. The tank should be fapping on pool.
Okay.
So these are things where, like, if we're sitting here and someone's like, hold on, my potion's on cooldown. Why is your potion on cooldown? What did you do? What the did you do? And then they said, oh, I GFPP'd. Why? When you don't need to. You're a tank. Things like that. You can ask a rogue, like, things like that. So what else do you GFPP, Lacari? Or no, what do you FAP? Go through the list again. We went through them all. Go through it again.
Core Hounds.
Core Hounds.
Molten Destroyers.
Sure.
Gehennas.
Yep.
And you could potentially do it to Gnar.
But it's not yes, you missed the most important one.
Oh, the fire pool. The
packs of 3/4. Yeah. You should FAP before all of those. That's it.
Always, because they're the scariest pools, and the rock guys can you up.
Who FAPs versus Gehennas? Who all FAPs during that? Literally all melee, Lacari.
Hey, give me a second to think, jackass.
You're waiting for Twitch chat. You don't even know.
No, I wasn't.
You didn't know. All melee. Why?
I think it's like an AoE stun.
He does an AoE stun. Yeah, exactly. Just an AoE Hodge. So, yes, all melee should FAP. Why is it bad if he AoE Hodges?
Because he probably runs the ones that are unstunned.
No, it's because he has an AoE Rain of Fire. So if he gets stunned in the Rain of Fire, it could be a lot of damage.
Oh, okay.
So, do you kind of get what I'm saying when it says I want you to understand these mechanics?
Yeah, I have to understand why we're doing things. I mean, I could have.
Why?
I mean, I could just be like, you were doing it because this is how you do it, and don't worry about it. We'll see.
Yeah, and the thing, like, I could say this to any WoW player. Like, honestly, I'd be saying this to myself. Like, before this OnlyFangs, because I've ran MC 5,000 times, but I've never understood it because I've never needed to. Because hardcore is relatively new. Like, sure, you can run MC 1,000 times. I don't understand what just one-shot me. I don't care. I'm going to run back. I lost my world buffs. That sucks. Whatever. That's sort of the mindset that's been going around. Now it's hardcore. Now you need to understand it. And most WoW players do not understand it, including myself before. I still don't understand a lot of stuff that I wish I did. So don't feel too bad. Don't feel like you're trying to catch up. You are actually getting ahead of people. Go study. Figure out what things do. And then make sure you have a Google Doc made. If you want, I can ask someone to make one for you. Do you want a Google Doc made for you? Or at least an assignment sheet? I recommend you do. But if you want to try and make your own, go for it.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I got it.
Do you know how to make a Google Doc?
Yeah. I'll handle it.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, how do you think I handle the 500 invites?
Okay.
Application bullshit.
All right.
I got this.
All right. I respect that, Lacari. And that's pretty much it. I hope you're ready, man. Because today's Grayson's raid, and then tomorrow's draft day, and then you raid. It's coming up.
I'll be fine.
It's literally right there.
Fine. Don't worry. MC's not hard.
Who's your first pick?
Easy. Sodapoppin.
Why?
Because he's a reliable tank.
More than that, I've also been fed gear. Do you know what other tanks have been fed gear in case you cannot pick me up?
Maui. Wow.
Maui's been fed some gear. Who else?
Alejandro.
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, really? T1.
Yeah, he was. He was the main funnel, but now all of Tyler 1's loot has been somewhat distributed tank-wise. So Maui, Ozzy, Mary. I mean, the thing is, you don't have to get someone with MC loot to tank, but you do want to get someone that has a decent amount of, like, they need to be able to generate a decent amount of threat and have the fire resist. Gordon Ramsay can tank. Gordon Ramsay's a very good tank and player in general. It's on Feral. His threat will be really good. So Gordon is a sleeper pick.
What if no one wants to go to my raid?
Okay. Your fault.
How is that my fault? What the
I mean, I told you straight up. I said, hey, you're going to probably be excluding a lot of members of the guild by raiding at this time. But you're committed to it. If they can't make it, they can't make it. I mean, I'm just going to AoE, by the way, at 5 p.m. CST. Guzu can't make it. Guzu's been a sleeper carry. Zeroji probably... Well, Zeroji doesn't sleep.
I mean, you guys are laughing now. But just wait until you see me AoE MC, and then you're not going to be laughing anymore. And I'm going to create a new meta.
All right.
Pussies.
All right.
I'm going to go study, so you can't bully me anymore.
All right. Have fun, Lacari. Good luck.